there's any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Так.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned,
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Так, из одних шагов в другие. Ученический отчет. Задача про подземелье оказалась куда полезнее, чем можно было ожидать. Узнавать о своих предках очень занимательно. Однако мне удалось наткнуться на весьма любопытную вещицу. За большим залом есть одно заброшенное место. Там среди скрученных саркофагов лежала старинная реликвия. Сила, которой она обладает, поразила меня. Хотелось бы узнать о ней больше, но оттуда ничего нельзя выносить.
Lumos! I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Revelio. Confringo.
Здравствуй, сатирочка.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Accio. Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Expelliarmus. Accio.
We're here for a reason.
Revelio.
I'd say opening them all is
Lumos.
justified.
Incendio.
Все прочистилось.
Lumos.
Так, где-то тут у меня было нужное заклинание.
Revelio.
Так, больше тут ничего нет. Так, где у меня...
Accio. Guardium
Accio.
Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Revelio. Lumos. Expelliarmus. Defender. Revelio.
Rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Depulso. Revelio.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Defendo. Expelliarmus. Revelio.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems. Often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly.
Revelio.
We'll be fine, though.
Incendio. Revelio.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some.
Accio.
Even altar with a pile of bones.
Defender.
Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Accio. Revelio. Protego.
Так, не
Lumos.
то.
Expelliarmus. Defender. Confringo. We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do. Accio. Lumos. Accio. I need to find a safe way across. Accio. Lumos. Accio. Lumos. Incendio.
Да блин. Настрой нормально, дорогой.
Revelio. Accio. Accio. Revelio. also. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Rickety bone bridge complete.
Lumos. Accio. Revelio.
Фига себе, конечно, обход устроил.
Reparo. Lumos.
There's something here by the altar.
Depulso. Accio.
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Lumos. Accio. Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Стоило по глупости упомянуть реликвию в отчете, мне велели оставить ее в покое, и что правила наук для меня важнее. В этой реликвии есть нечто особенное. Говорят, что у волшебников, которых выбрали палочки из дуба, сильная интуиция. Думаю, это правда. Мне удалось дождаться подходящего момента и наколдовать баррикады, заслонившие реликвию. Да простят меня предки за то, что материалом послужили их кости. Я намереваюсь к ней вернуться, но сперва мне предстоит освоить заклятие Империус. Говорят, оно хорошо работает против врагов.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's
Revelio.
more to this than even I imagined.
Lumos. Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
Он я сюда уже ходил.
Reparo. Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
The student mentioned
Lumos.
bones as the key. Therefore, bone piles must be what we need.
Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. There we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Imperial. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio.
Another barricade. Considering
Revelio.
how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I tried.
Accio.
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with wind
Revelio.
symbols.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Так, чего у меня в итоге сейчас вот такая вот пепеламба активирована?
Accio. Lumos.
That worked.
Confringo. Lumos. Accio. Lumos.
Так, теперь я хочу активировать вот этот вот кружок с кружками.
Accio. Lumos.
Lumos.
По-моему, я не то сделал, ну ладно.
Accio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Так, загогулина
Lumos.
Lumos.
и вот такая вот фигня.
Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Так, давайте вернемся. Там я, по-моему, еще не все сделал.
Revelio.
Далеко не все. Вон сундучок не взятый.
Lumos. Revelio.
Так, тут коридор
Lumos.
непроходимый, ладно. А вот тут у нас чего?
Confringo. Lumos.
Тут у нас опять пачки паучков.
Imperio. Confringo. Confringo. Defender. Accio.
Never knew
Revelio.
spiders could make such a mess.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Confringo. Lumos.
Lumos.
Accio. Lumos. Revelio. Accio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio. Confringo.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Confringo. Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos.
Lumos.
Accio. Confringo.
Ой.
Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You are head and shoulders
Lumos.
above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Imperium. Confringo. Defender. Confringo. Defender. Confringo. Confringo. Defender. For a moment there, I thought that'd never end. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Reparo.
Не то я хотел Люмос, я хотел.
Revelio.
И Ревелио хотел. Так.
Lumos.
Люмос.
Revelio.
Так, там еще что-то валяется.
Confringo. Revelio. Lumos.
Предмет есть, но его как бы и нету.
Lovely. All that for nothing.
Accio. Hold on. Don't give up yet.
В религии сокрыта огромная сила, которую можно использовать во благо не только волшебников, но и всего мира. Но цена этого слишком велика, необходима темная жертва. Не трогайте реликвию, пока мы не узнаем больше.
Sebastian, the relic. Look. Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle.
Revelio.
Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind.
Lumos.
Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
Я заблудился.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Сюда, что ли? По-моему, да.
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne. When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her.
The area's still clear, if anybody cares.
Oh no!
This isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Напали.
What are you doing?
We'll make them retreat. Imperio. I'm handling it.
Handling it. Get away! Stay back! Keep out of the way!
Have to fight.
Keep out of Storm's reach!
Confringo.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
I acted in the moment. That's all. I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home, from my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Revelio.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic, even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path If either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Так, что у нас дальше по заданиям? Забытое яйцо. Так, а что у нас в Хогвартсе? Попозже. Так. Давайте мы с вами сделаем перерыв на обед, на арбуз. Арбуз, я думаю, уже согрелся, надо его съесть, а то не лежит. Так, ну что, поехали дальше по заданиям. Так, пойдем поболтаем с Себастьяном сначала все-таки. Не пали конторы сатила.
Ровнее спинку.
Спасибо за ровнее спинку.
May I remind you, nothing to break school rules and run around the castle after curfew! Have you any idea what sort of trouble you might get yourself into? You're lucky I don't come up there myself!
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh. That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you
Прилетнулся.
standing by me through all of
Нужный
this.
вариант.
I'll send you an hour when I have news.
Угу.
forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Ну, пойдем.
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays there.
Defender!
At least until we've done what we came to do.
Bombarda!
I wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance. Reparo!
Fantastic. I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick up a grapple.
Or just raring for a fight.
Revelio.
Good thinking. Over here!
Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Whenever you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make it. Keep up. We've just got to
Take it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that.
Огонек.
Get to that open below. The nest. She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
Все-таки сюда.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here
Reparo.
broken? Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss. That was brilliant! And And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Tips in the hat, if you please. Come now, don't be stingy.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis in the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.